Bulabinaka, my name is Litia and I'm from the beautiful island of Laos and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Casey, I'm from Tavua. We love Today FM in Tavua. Today FM rocks.
My name is Selena, I'm from Tavenga Vengamba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula, my name is Carlo. I love listening to the music in Today FM, in Malak Island. Today FM rock.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, Laos starts cleanup as TC Gita moves away. PM clarifies land issues during sugar consultations. And brothel owner cops 5 months prison sentence.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
Villagers of Matukana in Onoi, Lao are now taking stock of the damages caused by the destructive winds of Category 4 Tropical Cyclone Gita. District Representative Noah Mate says the island was battered by strong winds for about 6 hours yesterday. Ali Kimbia with the story.
Speaking to FBC News, District Representative Noah Mata says Category 4 Cyclone Gita destroyed 6 houses.
And it was really frightening. We close all our doors and we stay inside. In my village there were three houses blown down to the ground and 3 partly damaged. When I say partly damaged, the roof had been blown away by the hurricane.
Mata says their plantations have also been destroyed, leaving nothing for the villagers.
Yes, from now we rely on the leftover of our garden and before it really rots away, and within 1 week time, I think we can survive with these food crops within our garden.
Meanwhile, the NDMO office has confirmed that they have gathered all the reports from Onei Lao, and after the aerial assessment today, they will determine the assistance that will be sent to these affected islands.
In terms of government assistance, what we are waiting for is the aerial reconnaissance, just to give us a clear picture on which are the badly affected islands. From that reconnaissance picture, the Commissioner Instant will develop a deployment plan to look at what are the key sectors that needs to be taken on board, considering the damages that has been sustained.
In Matukana village, families who were affected are now sheltered at the village hall and hope assistance will reach them soon. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Prime Minister Vorengem Bainimarama says he has the people of Tonga and the Southern Lao group in his thoughts who felt the brunt of severe tropical cyclone Gita. The PM says he is resolutely committed to responding to the disaster response in Laos and any other affected parts of Fiji. And as the damage is assessed, assistance will also be offered to Tonga in the form of personnel to assist in their relief efforts and cleanup. A three-day public consultation forum is underway in the West to give an opportunity for Fijians to raise issues related to Itaukei land and the sugar industry. Led by Prime Minister Vorengem Bainimarama, the consultation began in Singatoka this morning, where many issues were raised as well as making clarifications on other issues. Akosita Tale has more.
Prime Minister Vorengem Bainimarama has confirmed the Itaukei Land Trust Board has returned Schedule A and Schedule B lands to Itaukei landowners.
Out of the 1,100 parcels of Schedule A lands, TLTB has already allotted 1,074 parcels or 95% to landowning units. For Schedule B lands, out of the 304 parcels of land, TLTB has already allotted 265 or 87%.
This has led to more Itaukei land that used to be Crown prior to 2003 to be reverted back to landowners.
This also implies that if existing leases were in these reverted parcels of Schedule A and Schedule B lands, the lease money would now be transferred to the new allotted landowning units. This is the positive development for landowners and also would mean more lease monies for the Itaukei and more land for sugarcane farming and other developments.
Bainimarama says this process, which took a slow start since 2003, has been fast-tracked and is nearing completion. Meanwhile, the consultation continues in Ba, Lautoka, Tavua and ends in Rakiraki on Friday. Akosita Tale, FBC News.
A woman who owned and operated a massage parlour in Suva has been sentenced to 5 months imprisonment by the Suva Magistrates Court. Geeta Mani was found guilty of managing a brothel in Samambula in 2010. She was initially charged with 2 counts of managing a brothel, but was acquitted of first count but was convicted of the second count. Mani employed 6 women at the parlour who performed sexual acts with her clients for money. During the sentencing, the court also highlighted the women were not paid their salaries while working at the parlour. Mani's lawyer, Jiten Reddy, has confirmed they will be appealing the sentence. Still to come, Tiko Tiko Tha refutes allegations of rape. And a unique February 14th for people in Fiji and around the world. Details after the break.
Bula, kera mai singatoka, kera ndo tali taka na varorong na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Kombinasyon mo tikola ndo tali taka na Radio Fiji 1 kina Domoy Viti.
Kaya kuyazo silil tali, nagurara may nawamanyi, nandunga. Gitu tali tagi yang gitu Venezuela bu menguturongo. Varorong na Radio Fiji 1 na Domoy Viti.
Na Radio Fiji 1 na Domoy Viti na bonga ni BNN.
Fiji's former ambassador to Papua New Guinea, Romanu Tiko Tiko Tha, has stepped down as a provisional candidate of the National Federation Party. Tiko Tiko Tha claims it's for the integrity of him and his family. Tiko Tiko Tha is alleged to have raped his housemaid at his PNG home in 2014 while serving as Fiji's ambassador to PNG. In a video press release on Facebook, Tiko Tiko Tha has denied the allegation.
I absolutely and categorically deny the allegation, which is a complete fabrication and lie. It is a despicable attempt to defame my character and bring ridicule and contempt to my family and I.
National Federation Party leader Professor Biman Prasad confirms they have received Tiko Tiko Tha's withdrawal.
We have accepted Mr. Tiko Tiko Tha's reasons for the withdrawal, and we believe it was the right thing for him to do following allegations leveled against him.
Tiko Tha says he will be pursuing legal action against Fiji Broadcasting Corporation and the Fiji Sun for the publication of the story. Meanwhile, the Fiji Police Force says it will not comment on the matter. The Fisheries Ministry will for the first time put a total ban on the consumption, harvesting and export of kawakawa and donu fish. Currently, Fijians only made voluntary pledges to not eat the 2 fish species during its breeding season. However, it was not very effective. Savaira Tambor reports.
Fisheries Minister Semi Koroila-Bissau says the ban will come with heavy penalties, which has been drafted and forwarded to the Solicitor General's office for verification.
Penalty must be sufficient enough and restrictive enough to stop people from carrying out actions contradicts to the efforts of the government. The penalty that we have in existence at the moment for some of our legislations are quite very small in comparison to the income that they can generate by catching and actually selling these products in the market.
Fisheries Officer Meli Raidembe says that the public will be briefed on how important this ban is.
What we'd like to do, probably 2 or 3 months prior to the closure, we'd like to raise awareness so that fishers are not caught off guard when fixed penalty are actually issued to them when it does come into force. The
OFJ campaign is currently in place where more than 8,500 people have pledged not to eat, buy or sell kawakawa on donu fish during the spawning season between June and September. Savaira Tambor, FBC News.
The UN Human Rights Commissioner Zeid Ra'ad Al Hussein has called on the Fijian government to ratify the international covenants on civil and political rights and economic, social and cultural rights. He has also called on government to increase women's representation across government and its agencies as a measure to combat the violence against women, which he says is Fiji's biggest human rights concern. Al Hussein wrapped up his official visit to Fiji earlier this week. Maggie Boyle reports.
Including a three-day visit, the UN Commissioner highlighted the need to fully adopt international human rights law.
I urged Fiji to build on the momentum of its international leadership on climate change by ratifying the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, the ICCPR, and the International Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights.
Al Hussein also weighed in on dealing with hate speech. Fiji's Human Rights and Anti-Discrimination Commissioner says Al Hussein's visit underscores the important fact that Fiji is open to public and international scrutiny.
I think critically appraising where Fiji is vis-a-vis its international commitments, the human rights strides it's making, and where serious limitations still persist, and where Fiji needs to put in a lot more work is very, very important.
Al Hussein also says Fijian women are underrepresented at every level of state authority, and that he has urged government to take measures to increase these numbers and the resources to combat gender violence. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Today, February 14th, marks a day where most around the world celebrate Valentine's Day. However, for maybe the first time in modern history, there are two other events being marked today with Valentine's Day. Catholics in the country made their way to their nearest parish to mark Ash Wednesday, and Hindus are celebrating Shivratri. Kelly Vadala reports.
This was the scene around Fiji today, Hindus making their way to the temple, Catholics starting off the first day of Lent, while florists at the market were busy making bouquets for Valentine's.
This time of the year it is busy. Valentine is a message of love, not only to your spouses, but to your parents.
Plenty men been wanting bouquet for their loved ones, especially for their wives.
I've had a lot of customers since this morning, and it's great to see that many still celebrate Valentine's with their partners and even families.
At around midday today, the Sacred Heart Cathedral was filled with hundreds of Catholics who took time out of their busy schedule to mark Ash Wednesday.
I believe that we'll start our fasting and praying and helping others.
Thousands are gathered here, with this Catholic church. So we all believe in the God.
This is when we fast and pray just like Jesus did.
Meanwhile, Hindus celebrated Mahashivratri, which is a Hindu festival celebrated annually in honor of the god Shiva.
Mahashivaratri is an annual festival dedicated to the Hindu god Shiva. Unlike most Hindu festivals, which are celebrated during the day, the Mahashivaratri is celebrated at night.
We abstained from meat today, fish and meat.
Many Fijians say these celebrations truly show how multicultural Fiji is and how everyone has come to accept each other's beliefs. Kelly Badala, FBC News.
Ahead in sports, FRU prepares for the World Rugby Sevens tournament bid, but we join Rachel now for the latest in business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up in business tonight. Grace Road expands into tourism sector. And in growing Fiji, major road projects lined up for Suva. Stay with us.
Moala rarara ranalika, au tikongona taon na singatoka, ando talitaka na wakaronga ng Bull FM, number 2 na seri.
We are the Ratubuli Kurnambili, Iborani Batukara Hambara Binanga, the Talitakina na wakaronga ng Bull FM, number 2 na seri. Bula!
Bula FM, number 2 na seri.
In business tonight, the Grace Road Food Company is taking its business up a notch by moving into the tourism sector. President Daniel Kim has revealed the group is currently constructing a resort on the Yasawa Islands. Kim says the resort will offer the traditional hotel amenities along with boutique and health services. The 17-villa resort is expected to be opened by mid-October along with a salt farm.
Well, opening our resort, you will see what's the difference. And we want to bring something different, right? And also we want to retreatment resort that complement the program with a detox program. So we're not just selling just the room, we're selling the whole program.
Nia Nyanga has been appointed as the second independent director of Sun Insurance. Nyanga, who is a chartered accountant and was a central banker for 40 years, joins the 5-member board. He retired as the deputy RBF governor in May 2014. Sun Insurance Board of Directors Chair Padam Raj Lala says Nayanga will bring a wealth of experience from the regulated financial services sector to the board. And we now join Sharon from HFC with the latest from the trading world.
Thank you. Let's see what's making headlines in the financial markets today. Last night, United Kingdom's January CPI came in at 3%. It was just above expectations, while their core inflation rose to 2.7%. Meanwhile, data released today indicated New Zealand's food prices rose 1.2% in January, while their inflation expectation for the fourth quarter 2017 came in at 2.1%. Coming up, we have some important announcements lined up. The Eurozone would release its GDP numbers for the fourth quarter and the eagerly anticipated inflation numbers for the United States tomorrow morning. So let's see how much these releases affect our currency basket. And that's all for now. Vinaka.
Thanks for the update, Sharon. Looking at today's current exchange rate set this morning for the Fijian dollar. The Fiji dollar rose against the Chinese yuan, the US dollar, the kina, and the Japanese yen. As for the commodities market, oil prices was down again to close at $59.17 a barrel. Gold closed up at $1,313 an ounce, and silver rose also to close at $16.62 an ounce. And on to growing Fiji tonight, the Fiji Roads Authority will be upgrading 20 roads in the capital city. Chief Executive Jonathan Moore says the work will be carried out in the third quarter of this year. Pranita Prakash reports.
Road repairs in Suva will be carried out in stages to ensure there is minimum disruption to traffic.
We'll look to be working on the renovation of the 20 roads in Suva from Q3 of this year. When we do that, we'll be working on them in stages, and we're logistically selecting the roads to work on to minimise disruption.
Jonathan Moore has reassured there will be no repeat of last year, where a number of road work were being carried out at the same time.
We're also making sure that there's no further work being carried out in this end of Kings Road at the same time, because that would be just another situation from last year again, which we want to try and avoid. So we're selecting the roads in batches of 3 or 4, and we'll work on those, finish them, and then move on to another 3 or 4 roads.
The FRA says work on the Nambua roundabout will complete by the first week of March. Upgrading of this roundabout began in October last year. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
And that's a wrap from business this evening. Now to sports. Here's Jamie with the latest.
Thank you, Rachel, and good evening. Up ahead in sports, Tulele eyes another shot in National 7 squad. And new look Suva football team eager to take on Lautoka. This and more coming up.
मैं प्रेमिला वायरुकू रेकी रेकी से सुबह मेरी आँख खुलती है तो मैं मिर्ची एफएम सुनती हूँ. मिर्ची एफएम इज नंबर 1. इट्स सो हॉट.
हम लोग बार टाउन के कैरियर ड्राइवर लोगों ने हम लोग के मिर्ची एफएम सुनो अच्छा लगे. मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट. हाय, मैं संध्या नारिया रेकी से मेरे सारे दोस्त मिर्ची एफएम सुनते हैं. मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट. आई लव मिर्ची एफएम.
हमें स्पिन टोटो ताबुआ के मिर्ची एफएम में सबसे अच्छा गाना बजे.
मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट.
First Light Taviuni playmaker Lemeki Tulele aims to make it back into the National 7 squad this year. Tulele will feature for the Taviuni club this weekend at the Ramsamy Nasinu Sevens and hopes to impress national selectors. Luciana Tangidakembao has more.
First Light Taviuni playmaker Lemeki Tulele says it is always an honor to represent Fiji on international stage.
I'm always try my very best to go back and be part of the Fiji national squad. And I'm looking for contract overseas for this year.
Tulele says he is under no pressure and will perform to his best level in the Nasinu Sevens.
Helps me to play well in the field and do well in training and go out there and just be your own and just do your best.
First Light Taveuni coach Philly Kasaratu is hopeful for a good outcome.
Preparation this week for the National Sevens tournament. We have a tournament last week and we reached the final and we lost the final. And this week we have preparation for the National Sevens, and our goal is to win the tournament.
The players in the team will heavily depend on experienced Tulele to win the first title for the club this weekend. Luciana Tangita Kimbao, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, 9 pools were drawn today for the Nasinu Sevens. The tournament will feature a number of top local clubs, including Coral Coast Sevens champion Police Blue, Raka Sevens winner Ratu Felice, First Light Taveuni, Wardens Ulunikau Barbers and Suva Stallions. Nasinu Rugby Union Secretary Tony Tukana says the inclusion of these teams has raised the profile of its inaugural tournament.
You see these teams, you see the caliber of players they have and the level of competition they bring with them. So for them to be included in the Ramsamy Nasinu Sevens is a major boost. So it'll be exciting 2 days of sevens, full of action.
Fiji Rugby Union Chief Executive John O'Connor says while they are still on track, there is a lot of work to do before submitting its World 7 Series bid before the end of the month. O'Connor says their task force is doing a considerable amount of work preparing the submission and getting necessary endorsements from relevant stakeholders. He adds the union will submit a robust bid that will meet all the requirements of World Rugby.
We are committed to making sure that when we submit our bid, we submit a credible bid and make it very difficult for World Rugby to say no to our request.
Fiji Airways men's sevens forward Apisa Ndomolailai is in camp with the national team preparing for the Las Vegas and Vancouver tournaments. The Olympic gold medalist missed selection for the Sydney and Hamilton Sevens. He was forced to withdraw due to a viral infection a week before the Sydney Sevens. Meanwhile, Ratu Felice playmaker Leveni Tani, police speedster Sakeo Railoa, along with former Fiji forward Isaki Katunimbao, are also in the extended training squad. Fiji Sevens coach Gareth Baber will select his final team next week for the Las Vegas Sevens, which will be held from the 2nd to the 4th of next month. The Mba football side has been bundled out of the OFC Champions League in Vanuatu despite having one more game in hand. After its 1-0 defeat to Nalkatan FC on Saturday, the men in black went on to lose by the same scoreline to Lay City Dwellers yesterday. Wasnil Prasad reports.
Mba's dream of winning the OFC Champions League is over for yet another year.
Doesn't matter, we're out, so we do give the easy game, so we're going to go full hard, so we're going to prove.
The side plays its last pool match against Tupapa FC, which will be at Dedraba. While they are out, Lautoka hopes not to disappoint its fans when it starts its campaign in a fortnight.
But we still need to rectify certain mistakes that we are doing.
Blues striker Benjamin Totori is ready to give his best in the Champions League.
Pretty much feel at home when I came here, so like if you feel home, then your football is going to be good.
Lautoka's first game is against Magenta on February 25th in Auckland. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, Nalkatan FC solidified its spot in the OFC Champions League quarter-final, beating Tupapa FC 4-0 in Vanuatu today. Here are the goals.
Play breaks down. Gamax header for Coulon. Isaac, oh, and a chance presents itself, and a tidy finish to take the ball offline. Well done, Andy. And Tupapa need to get out of their penalty box. Oh, that's a good goal. Coulon with the volley. Oh, that's a good finish. Making an impression since he's come on. Decent ball over the top. Roddy Lenga. Cross to the near post, and it's crept in.
The Suva football side has been boosted with the inclusion of former Bad defender Remueru Tekiate ahead of its Vodafone Premier League clash against Lautoka this weekend. The Fiji Football Association has cleared Tekiate, who is expected to play a vital role for the capital city side this season. Eroni Tunuku reports.
Remoeru Tekiate becomes the 5th new inclusion in the Super Football side this season. With Simeone Tamanisau, Tevita Waranivalu, Sabenada Nakalebu, and Madhavan Gounder also part of the side, the Whites have set goals for this season.
We want to win the VPL for this season and to qualify for OFC.
Despite having big names in the team, there are still areas to improve on before they face Lautoka this weekend.
We'll just work on our fitness. The thing that is lacking is our fitness. We'll work in it and just a little bit touch up on our ball work and our finishing.
Suva President Ritesh Pratap says the capital side is eager to take on the Blues.
I think those 4 players, they have given us a good boost for our side. Those are the places we were lacking, like in the midfield and striking force. I think if you go back to last year our downfall was the strike force, and this year we have the good strikers from Reva. So hopefully we have good results this year.
Suva plays Lautoka 3 p.m. at Churchill Park. Eroni Tuinoku, FBC Sports.
In today's Play of the Day, 4-time major winner Rory McIlroy missed the 54-hole cut with what would have been an astonishing eagle at the par 5 18th at the Pebble Beach Pro-Am in California. McIlroy took a penalty stroke and then hit a brilliant third shot from 220. That's it from sports tonight. Join Angie later on with weather and in new media. Twitter records its first ever profit. Details after the break.
Bula, kera mai singatoka, kera ndo talita kana varorong na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Ito kami nasong butikola, ndo talita kana Radio Fiji 1 kina Domoy Viti.
Kaya ko silil talit, nagurara may naomanyi, nandunga. Gitu talita gini ang gagawin sa wala, nagudurong varorong na Radio Fiji 1 na Domoy Viti.
Na Radio Fiji 1 na Domoy Viti na bonga ni BNN.
In new media, Twitter has finally turned a profit. It took the popular social media company 12 years to do so. It's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. What a splendid day across the nation, much breezy with rain cooling all the heat off. Now you might want to know the whereabouts of tropical cyclone Gita. It is drifting away from Fiji. It has really weakened and is moving to the west of Kandavu at 17 km/h. Looking at the west for today, quite breezy with light showers and few thunderstorms. Possible showers are forecasted for tonight. Eastwards from Pek Harbor to Suva, a gloomy day with moderate winds and few drizzles. We're in for another night of light showers. And up north, more clouds up here, drier conditions are expected. At sea, rough to very rough seas. As for the tides, high tide will be at 6:31 a.m. with low tide at 12:23 p.m. For sunrise will be at 6 a.m. and for tomorrow, a day much like today, though there is increasing chance of persistent showers rather. Tomorrow's temps in Indian Bar will be cool at 30 degrees. And looking further on to Friday, we're in for more showers. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fiji on Pulse tonight, we ask, should there be a complete ban on the consumption of kawakawa and donu fish?
Fish, they're really expensive and they have to ban it and we have to protect it because they protect our coral too.
It shouldn't be complete ban because it's a grade fish.
I don't think so. Government should ban kawakawa and donu because it is even my favorite fish, and people of local people must eat the good fish.
In In the world of the weird and the wonderful, for years doctors have been warning of a post-antibiotic age with resistant mutations leading to so-called superbugs, multi-drug resistant infections that can evade the medicines designed to kill them. Recapping the main stories, Laos starts cleanup as TC Gita moves away. PM clarifies land issues during sugar consultations. And brothel owner cops 5 months prison sentence. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question this week, we are asking, should those who make hate speeches be prosecuted? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day, this beautiful sunset was captured from Waimanu Road in Suva. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
Wrong on the radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Kung minasong mutikola, ang talita na radio Fiji 1 kina Domoy Viti.
Kaya ko sila tali, naguraramay na umanyi, nando nga. Gitu talita gini ang gitu Venezuela, nagundurong barong na radio Fiji 1 na Domoy Viti.
Na radio Fiji 1 na Domoy Viti na bonga ni BNN.